Welcome. My name's Kathy A. And today I'm going to do a very special show all about PIXI Cosmetics. Now this is a line of cosmetics that you can find in Target and it's kind of like on the pricier side. They usually have it in the same price range and in the same area as the Sonia Kashuk Cosmetics. So it is a little pricey, but I think it's worth it, and I'm going to show you why. First, we're going to do a little bit of a story about PIXI Cosmetics, who founded it, and a little bit about the cosmetic line. And then when we come back, I'm going to show you a full face tutorial, how I got to here from my freshly washed, scrubbed, plain Jane face. So, without further ado, let's watch the biography of PIXI Cosmetics.
Born and raised in Sweden, 49-year-old makeup artist Petra Strand was constantly altering the cosmetics of the 1990s, adding in oils and other ingredients to help them look more natural on her clients. Like a handful of other artists like Kevin Aquan and Sonia Kashuk, Petra decided on a more natural cosmetic line and decided to create her own. She chose the name PIXI to reflect the wonder and fascination she had as a child for the fairy and pixie folklore in Sweden, and PIXI was also the nickname she gave her little sister. She's still very close with her family of 4 brothers and sisters. Petra decided to sell in London. She thought it would be a great venue for her cosmetic line, but it was very expensive, so she and her husband Tony mortgaged their house. She didn't even get a paycheck for the first 3 years. But soon the PIXI store flourished, and it got so popular it actually caught the attention of Target officials, who sent people over to contact her about possibly selling in their shops. This was a life-changing moment for her, and she moved her young family to Santa Barbara, California. PIXI products were featured in Target, and for a new twist, there were actually testers there. It's the only line of cosmetics that Target carries that has testers. As a busy mom trying to juggle work and family, Petra had created a line of cosmetics that would be very easy, very fast, and geared towards women who didn't have a whole lot of time to spend fussing over their makeup. Petra used natural additives to enhance the cosmetic line: rosehip, soybean, aloe vera, cucumber, ginkgo biloba, grapeseed, and mica minerals, as well as vitamins, make this line healthy for your skin, not just a cover-up. Formulated for all skin types, there are over 90 different products, including skincare, brushes, and even perfume in the line. Petra had a motto for her makeup. It was "Makeup to wake up," or make you look like you had a good night's sleep and you were well rested and refreshed. And this gave you that wide-awake look, a natural beauty that was not too artificial or overdone or cakey. All of her makeup is formulated to be waterproof and very easy, and of course a multitasker. Petra is a hippie at heart, and she lives a healthy lifestyle. She's written articles with recipes and nature-based remedies, like these: that rose oil is a great bath additive for a stress-relieving soak, that lavender scent or oil on the pillow helps you sleep, and that olive oil makes a wonderful makeup remover. PIXI is featured often in beauty magazines and reviews, and several of her products have won awards, such as the Eye Pen, the Brilliance lip tint, and her concealer foundations. Many celebrities are true fans of PIXI Cosmetics, most notably Adele and Angie Harmon, Helena Christensen, Jennifer Lawrence, Jennifer Sullivan, Tiffany Tyson, Kylie Minogue, and Oprah Winfrey, who awarded PIXI's Brilliance Lip Balm tint her O Award of Excellence. PIXI Beauty recently changed its name to PIXI by Petra to show Petra's involvement with product development. The packaging is Petra's favorite shade of green, which she feels reflects calmness and nature, and the bronze lettering is luxurious and pops on the green. The old packages went on clearance sale, making a lot of us believe that Target was no longer going to carry PIXI. Petra continues to make personal appearances at many events and is a favorite of rock and pop stars, as well as other celebrities. Several new PIXI boutiques have opened around the world, including Abu Dhabi, which is, I guess, the world's most richest city, Bahrain, Dubai, Dublin, the Philippines, and of course Canada, and in most Targets in the US. In 2012, Walt Disney teamed with Petra to create a line that helped promote their Tinkerbell film. Petra worked with Disney's sketch artist to come up with a mature Tink, and a line was created just for them. You can still find some of these cosmetics in different Targets depending on their inventory. Petra has a blog called Petra Personally, where she shares tips, talks about events and fashion, and of course her family. She also has Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram posts, and she's quite current with them. The official PIXI website has product info, of course, fun tutorial videos, giveaways, and many videos they call PIXI Fixies, where Petra addresses common makeup issues. You can find numerous YouTube beauty vloggers reviewing PIXI Cosmetics, which can be really helpful before you decide on what you would purchase, because the line is a little on the pricey side for drugstore. And of course, while I have tried and used many PIXI products and loved them, I really look forward to Petra's new creations. Petra releases new products every season. Thank you, Petra, for an outstanding, cruelty-free line.
Petra is a lady who really lives the lifestyle she preaches, and she's very a natural, organic kind of person. She's into healthy lifestyle and healthy living, and her makeup is healthy, and I like the idea of that. This is the first makeup line that I've tried that is a botanical line. It's good for you. So it is a little pricier, it is cruelty-free, and that's really important to me. And I know that many of you out there look to me to kind of find cruelty-free stuff, so I really want to promote it. Although nobody's donated any of this makeup to me, and they haven't. I'm not paid for my opinions. Unfortunately, my opinions can be rather strong. So anyway, I want to do a full face tutorial now using all PIXI products, and I will start from scratch. So let's go back through the magic of video. I'll be back with you shortly.
Okay, Whirlwind Tour. This is the PIXI Flawless and Poreless Primer. There's actually a couple of different primers. This one is actually very good for filling in and covering up those large orange peel skin pores that I have around my nose and chin. Now this is the salmon color corrector, what is called the Peach Brightener, and it's a big box for a tiny little jar. A lot of bloggers love this. This is the Correction Concentrate in Brightening Peach. There's also one now in beige. Now I'm using it as an eye primer because it really covers up any discoloration in your lids and around your eyes. And it's a slightly brightening color. It works really well as an eye primer. I'm also using it around my nose to cover up some of the issues there and on the age spot. It works really well as a concealer, but it, I think, originally intended to cover just dark spots. Pretty fancy little clip on my head, huh? Now this is my favorite foundation right now. This is the H2O Skin Tint, and this is the lightest shade, which is called 01 Cream. And I'm just using it on one half of my face because I'm going to use a different foundation on the other half. Now this blends effortlessly and just gives a youthful glow. It does not look cakey at all, and I have dry skin. It actually is like putting a thin layer of youthful skin on your face. I really love this skin tint. Now this is a cream to powder foundation called Flawless Vitamin Veil Foundation. This is the lightest shade, Fair, which may be actually a shade too light for me. It's a little pasty looking. I'm not happy with this at all. Having dry skin and large pores, it actually clung to every little shred of flake on my face, and it shows up as a little flaky mess. I'm very, very unhappy with it. Here I am looking in the mirror. Yeah, making the face. Okay. So that was a fail, that one. Now, this is the under eye zone brightener, and it's in the Lighten. I'm not sure if there's another version, but this is the Lighten one. And I'm just using it, that little Kim Kardashian triangle thing. And it does brighten underneath the eyes. It is extremely sheer, so you're not going to be covering anything with this, but it does give you a glow. Now, this is the Flawless Finishing Powder. And Petra doesn't believe in using powder on your face because she thinks it's way too drying and cakey. But I'm just going to set my makeup just in my T-zone with that and just take off some of the shine in the center of my face. I don't like too much shine. I like glow, but not shine. Just a little bit there. And just checking it out. Now this is the bronzer, the Beauty Bronzer. It comes with a free little Kabuki brush. It's just very, very handy, and it's a very soft and a very useful brush. I really liked it. Now the bronzer is, I would say, a brownish, tawny sort of look. I like it and I don't like it. I think I've enjoyed, it's got a little bit of a luster to it, so I like matte better. Now this is a beauty blush, and it's in Healthiest Honey, which is probably a shade I should have avoided, but it was on hotlook.com and I couldn't resist the bargain. It's slightly on the orange side, and I think I would take a different color in this, but I do like the blush formulation. It's very glowy and lustrous and luxurious rather than matte or too shiny. Now this is a little quad, a tiny little quad that they call it the mini shade Quartet, and this color combination is called Shades of Daylight. I'm using the very lightest champagne color just on my lid, and I'm using the light pink portion just underneath my brow. I'm going back to the bronzer because whenever I can't find a matte brown shadow in a line, I will use the bronzer because it's fairly matte, and I'm just using a nice crease brush to put that matte bronzer right there in my crease area. Now all of Petra's products are designed to multitask, so it's safe to use a bronzer in your eyes and even on your lips if you want. You could also use it as a brow powder. Now I'm going back to the little Quartet there, and I'm using the dark brown shade just in the outer corners of my lid line, making an M&M size circle there, and I will be blending that a little bit. And even though the eyeshadows do have a little bit of a luster to them, it's not a micro glitter and it's not too shiny, so I felt comfortable putting that in my crease and my lid area. Now this is a very unusual eyeliner. It's a 3-in-1. It has a shadow. This is smoky blue, and this is the eyeliner portion of it, which is on the end tip. And when you unscrew it in the center, there is a shadow brush, a shadow sponge that's saturated with a very pigmented shadow. So as soon as I finish my lining here, I'm going to be unscrewing the center part and using the shadow. There it is. Now it's very pigmented. It comes out very heavy, so a little goes a long way. Just going along my lash line with that. And the very other end tip is a blending tip. It's kind of a nib. I'm not really happy with that, but it's not really meant to be a major blender. It's just supposed to blend it from the lash line up. Now I'm going back into the brown to kind of soften up the eyeliner, which I thought was a little harsh. Just softening those edges. This makeup is very high quality. It blends so well and I really like it a lot. I can't say enough about it. Now this is the 2-in-1 Brow Duo. The color is Natural Brown, which is their lightest shade. Now one end is a very, very squared off thin line of brow pencil, and I'm just kind of filling in with the brow pencil to sort of shape my eyebrows a little bit. And what's cool about this is that on the other end is a brow tint, and it has sort of a mascara wand to it. And what's really cool, if you are an older person, it will color in those white and gray hairs that come out in your brows. I don't take this right against the skin because it doesn't blend as well as the pencil does, but I do color in all those white hairs in my brows, and I love this product. I'm curling my lashes now, and you should always curl your lashes. I know if it hurts, you're doing it wrong, so you really should take that time, and I do 8 seconds on each side. This is, of course, speeded up. This is the Large Lash Mascara, which is a volumizing mascara. The color is bold black. They also have a popular color called Black Blue. Now I found this did not build up very much with the first coat, so I actually had to add like 3 coats in order for it to give me those big honkin' lashes that I like. Now the brush is your standard Christmas tree shape, a little bit large on the end. I like a little bit more of a pointed tip. But the formula is nice. It's not too wet and not too dry. It's not messy to use, but the brush is slightly large. And I'm going back and putting in another coat because I really like big honkin' lashes. And as I said, the formulation is pretty good. I'm not sure what you could compare this to. It will clump up if you put on a 4th coat. Now I'm using my own lip liner, which is Radiant Lady. Remember them? And they didn't have a lip liner. So now this is the Tinted Brilliance Balm, and the color is called Nearly Naked. This is an award-winning tinted lip balm. There's several colors. I picked a natural nudie color. And like Petra says, it's you only better. So it's a very natural looking color. But I'm going to try another one. And this is the Shea Butter Lip Balm. And this is a very bright color called Coral Crush. It looks slightly different on your lips than it does in the tube. It's very moisturizing and emollient. I'm going to take that off now. I'm going to try another balm. And this one is in Lucent, number 10, which is a very light, slightly pinky champagne shade. Now my nails are the PIXI nail color in Mother of Pearl, and even though it looks white in the bottle, it actually comes up really nice orange and pink on the nails. I really like it. The nail polish is good. Took 3 coats and a top coat, but I got complimented on my nail color. So here we go.
And there you have it. That's the PIXI look, and I really enjoyed this makeup. I think it's got some great products in here. The ones I wasn't that crazy about, there were very few actually. I think the main thing was this cream to powder foundation, and I should have known better. I have very dry skin, and unless you're extremely hydrated and extremely moisturized, this is going to stick into every pore and flake that you have. So I think this was probably the only big fail in this line. My favorite product in this line is the H2O Skin Tint. This is a gel foundation basically, but it's a tinted moisturizer is what they're calling it. It's a very nice sheer formula. I have it on this side of my face. You can build it to look like a regular foundation, and it's very good for every skin type, including sensitive skin. It is if you put a concealer on your redness and then put this over the top, you're going to be very happy with it. It's one of my favorite foundations of all time, and it'll be in my countdown to top 10 favorite foundations for older women coming up pretty soon. The Flawless Finishing Powder is really very mattifying, and it's very good if you have oily or combo skin. The bronzer is a very nice surprise. It goes on nicely. I like the little brush they give you for free. And I also use that in as an eyeshadow. And all of her products are formulated to be multitaskers. So even though it says blush or it says bronzer, that doesn't mean you can't use it in other areas on your face, even on your lips. The blush is kind of a darker shade that I'm real comfortable with, but it is kind of a natural shade, and that worked out nice. The blushes all have slightly luminous tint to them, not shiny but luminous, so it's not a flat dry look, and I really like that. I didn't use a highlighter today because I used this luminous eye thing, you know, up in here. And the eyeshadow quad that I used was a special I got on, this was a hotlook.com thing. And there are only 4 shadows in here, but I did use all 4 of them. I used this right in the inner corner. I used this pink, slightly light pink one just under the brow. And I used this dark brown to kind of override the eyeliner that was a little strong. And it went on really nicely. And then I used this medium brown to go over the top of that, just to sort of transition the colors nicer together. The eyeshadows that they have several different combinations of eyeshadows in long palettes, and I have the colors that they had in these, so I just wasn't keen on buying new ones, but maybe I'll do a special eye look with one of them. The eyeliner pen shadow smudger thing is really cool. It's very easy to use. The eyeliner part is extremely easy to draw a line with. It's just a really great shape. The center part is kind of a powder that's put on a sponge, and you can do a dark powder just in the outer corners, and it really is very pigmented, so you do have to blend that out a little bit, and I used a brush, a blending brush, to do that. But it is a powder and it's extremely pigmented, so. But it was very strong. Now the brow tint combo with the brow pencil is one of my favorite products in this line. The pencil is a very thin line, so you can do thin little grass-like shapes for your brows, and then you can also fill in where needed. But the brow tint is nice, especially if you're older, and you know what I'm talking about, you older ladies, when you get brow hairs in that are white or gray. This colors them. This colors the brows. I wouldn't get this too close to your skin because it's really more of a hair color kind of mascara than it is a skin tint kind of thing. So I would use the brow tint just on the hairs, especially those white ones, and it colors them right over. You're going to be very pleased with this. So this was a terrific find. Now the Tinted Balm was very moisturizing. I thought the color was a little bit strong, but the Tinted Balms lasted all day, and they do stain your lips slightly. So what's nice about this is if you drink coffee or something, it doesn't come off, and it stayed on pretty well. So as far as primers go, this is a very mattifying pore filler primer, and it works really well. It worked on my chin and it worked on my nose really well, so I was very happy with that. But the salmon concealer, I've heard other people talk about this like it's the greatest thing, and I used it as an eye primer, and I think that it works really well as an eye primer. It covers any discolorations in your eyelid, and it holds the shadow on there all day, and I was pleased with that. But as far as putting it under my eye, I didn't like it. I thought it was a little bit on the flaky side, so I did not use it under my eye. But it looks good right where your reader marks are, or just on the inner corner, and then I used it as an eye primer. They do have an official eye primer, but I did not get that. And the line is kind of expensive, and I didn't want to spend like $250 and then have to take half of it back. So I will be taking a few of these items back, but all in all, PIXI is just a wonderful brand. It's cruelty-free, it's botanical, it's good for your skin, it's all win-win. So thumbs up on PIXI Cosmetics, and thank you all for watching, for getting this far through. Have a beautiful day. Take care. Toodles.